Hello everyone, this is Ayame, reporting today on a fascinating topic, the neuroscience and psychology behind League of Legends. Over the past few months, I've been digging into research to understand why this game isn't just a pastime, but a complex mental experience. What I found is pretty amazing. Every match triggers a series of brain processes involving reward, stress, and decision making. Let's start with the brain's reward system. When a player secures a difficult kill, captures a key objective, or even wins a small skirmish, the brain releases dopamine, the chemical that motivates us and gives a feeling of pleasure. Neurobiological studies show that gaming stimulates the dopaminergic system in ways that resemble, in a milder form, what happens in substance addiction. Specifically, the ventral striatum shows high activity when players receive in game rewards, reinforcing repeated behaviors. Interestingly, the reward structures in modern games appear to be intentionally designed to keep players engaged. Psychologists call this supernormal stimuli, artificial cues that activate our reward system even more than natural rewards. In League of Legends, immediate feedback, sound and visual notifications, constant progress, and goal loops are all examples of supernormal stimuli, keeping players motivated throughout the game. But this isn't just theory. Long-term research such as the Adolescent Brain Cognitive Development Study has shown that irregularities in how the brain processes rewards, particularly in the caudate nucleus, are linked to higher scores on gaming addiction questionnaires over time. This suggests that it's not only the reward itself, but the anticipation of reward that plays a major role in attachment to games. Another important distinction is between immediate pleasure and long-term satisfaction. Researchers like Grow and colleagues have explored how people react to quick pleasure versus more stable feelings, such as happiness. Some studies indicate that heavy gamers might confuse the rapid dopamine spike with true happiness, meaning they are motivated by short term pleasure without realizing it doesn't always lead to long term well being. Now, let's talk about decision making under stress. League forces players to make complex split second choices: when to engage, when to retreat, and how to manage resources and map awareness. Studies using tasks like the Iowa gambling task show that uncertainty and time pressure can strongly affect executive function and emotional regulation. During a tense match with multiple pings, threatened objectives, and teammates waiting on your calls, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for self control, planning, and rational decision making, is under pressure. Stress activates the amygdala, the brain's center for strong emotions and fight or flight responses, and can temporarily inhibit the prefrontal cortex, making it harder to make calm and strategic choices. Comparisons between players with and without internet gaming disorder, IGD, show differences in reward processing and impulse control. Some people's brains respond to game related stimuli in a way that makes compulsive play more likely. One researcher often cited in this field is Mark D. Griffiths, who has studied gambling, internet addiction, and gaming. His research shows that point systems, rapid feedback, and immediate rewards have a much stronger effect on behavior than most people realize. It's also worth noting that the scientific community is not unanimous about the term addiction. The APA lists internet gaming disorder in the DSM-V as needing further study, meaning not all researchers consider gaming a clinical disorder. However, evidence suggests that in some players, the neural mechanisms involved are similar to other compulsive behaviors. Finally, there's the Tetris Effect, which shows that repeated gaming can affect cognition even when not playing. The brain continues to replay and maintain mental representations of the game like a mental echo. In conclusion, examining League of Legends through a neuroscience and psychology lens doesn't demonize the game. Instead, it shows that every match is a complex interaction of reward, emotion, decision making, and motivation. Understanding these mechanisms helps explain why we keep playing and which parts of our brain respond to each game moment.